Hey, my name's Cassie, your friendly neighborhood cosplayer.
And my name is Sam, your unfriendly trying to learn how to make props prop master. This is our new podcast, Pros and Cons. It's about writing, D&D, cosplay, and conventions.
And anything else we want to talk about. This first episode is going to be about cosplay and conventions.
Alright, so for our first topic, we're going to talk about attending a con. Because we recently just came off of this weekend attending Kansas City Comic-Con, or Planet Comic-Con, my bad, for 2018.
Yes, we did, and we are going to talk about the pros and cons as going as a cosplayer and going as a guest, about how to price out a con and how to prep for con, the most important topic.
And the most exhausting topic, because, like, pricing and prep kind of go hand in hand, but...
Oh boy.
Oh.
So first, I went to Planet Comic-Con as a cosplayer. Not as a guest cosplayer, but just as a regular on-the-floor cosplayer. It was exhausting, but a lot of fun.
I went as a guest. I was in casual cosplay, which gets you no recognition. However, my favorite part of con was walking the lanes and floor and people going, "Oh, Farah." And I was like, "Yeah. Good job."
See, my least favorite part of the con was walking the lanes and people going, "Oh my god, Riku!" Which, to be honest, I loved it because it's so awesome to have people recognize you. But when you're holding a plate of fries and you're trying to get to your friends halfway across the convention, you kind of just want to be able to walk.
Yeah, we'll also talk about con etiquette at a later episode. Right now we're just explaining why everything just makes you want to scream. Because I'll admit, walk around as a guest, because last year I cosplayed as Guzma. I wouldn't get stopped as often as everybody else looking very professional and prim and proper, but I did get stopped a lot, and I was like, what?
Are you saying I'm prim and proper?
I am saying you're prim and proper.
Oh. But no, it was really fun. You want to go through the pros and cons? You want to start as guest? I want to start as cosplayer? Which one?
Sure, I'll go. Being a guest, the pros, moving. You don't get stopped. You don't get stopped. You're on a mission. People can be rude. You just go. Cons, if you like attention, you're not going to get attention. Like, that's it. That's the rub. You don't get attention.
That sounds about right.
Pros for your cosplay friends, however, is you get to be pockets for them and help them carry everything.
It is so nice to have a handler, aka what we call a pockets man, who just holds all the stuff we're carrying around when people stop us for pictures.
Yeah, I have been the pockets quite a few times when I actually do go with people that are in cosplay, and I'm just like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. The pro for you being pockets is they will likely pay for your food at some point because you're holding everything, including their wallets.
That's true. That's very true.
All right, you wanna address the pros and cons of cosplaying and also cosplaying in a group?
Oh, yes, I would. So the pros of cosplaying are being able to go to cons, meeting people, networking, being able to get your brand out there, because there are a lot of people who stop you for pictures. There's a lot of other cosplayers who, as cosplayers, you just tend to start asking, like, how did you make this piece? Where did you get this wig? So you make friends that way. You also just make friends with people who really like what you're cosplaying. This year, I went in a group as Yuna, Riku, and Pain from Final Fantasy X2.
Not all at once.
No, not
she
all
just
at once.
cosplayed Riku.
That's true. I was just Riku. But it was really nice because we had so many people who stopped us who were like, "Oh, I love Final Fantasy." It's nice to meet people that way. The other cool part is that the con guest, the celebrity guest, will be more apt to give you special attention. We got complimented by the Ruby crew who were there. We got asked for credentials from a voice actor who wanted us to be seamstresses. That was one person on our group, not me. But you find weird ways to talk to celebrities in ways that you would not be able to in just plain clothes. The cons are that if you want to go somewhere fast, you're not going anywhere fast. Unless you're the type of person who is okay with just telling people, hey, no, I'm not doing photos right now, find me later, or you just brush by them, you are going to be stopped about every 5 to 10 minutes or so for a photo.
Or feet.
Or feet. And if you have a time schedule that you have to make, there's a good chance that you should throw that time schedule out because you won't be able to do it. The other issue is cosplaying as a group. There has to be a lot of communication there. You have to know that we're all going to be together except for this time, and this time, because we're getting photos, we're going to a panel, we're meeting for a different photo shoot. So you just have to know that communication is key when it comes to that. It's sometimes a lot easier to cosplay solo because you only have to worry about yourself. You only have to worry about getting your own cosplay done. You don't have to worry about always being with a group on con floor. That's a whole different pro and con, but it's just something to throw out there.
I'd also say that depending on where your con is located can definitely impede your ability to communicate, because you have some con floors that have 0 cell reception depending on your carrier. I know that there are some areas in Bartle Hall, which is where all the conventions for us are hosted, there are some areas where it's just a dead zone. You're not gonna be able to contact anybody, so you just have to pray to whatever god you worship that, yeah, you'll remember that we said it was this time, please, dear God, please. And that's fun.
It really is. The other thing is, everyone in your group who you need to get a hold of, you need to say beforehand, hey, please keep your phone on. Please keep checking your phone when you're not with me, because if I need to get a hold of you, your phone is the only way to get a hold of you. I have debated the fact of buying me and my friends walkie-talkies for con floors, just because I feel like it would be an easier way to get a hold of each other than through cell phone.
You want to know what else we could do? Go old school. Get them pagers.
Oh, pagers. I'm in love.
I'd be 1,000% down for a pager, because then, like, you just hear it beeping at your waist, and like an old, like, duel in the West, you just, ha!
Who's getting hold of me?
And then you just sprint away from whatever group you're in, because you gotta go.
But no, I sometimes miss going in plain clothes to cons, but the pros to being a cosplayer at cons outweighs them all. Now, if I had the chance and I was like, oh, I don't feel good this day and I brought extra plain clothes, let me get into those and just be a regular person at con, I would take that. But normally I have all 3 cosplays for a weekend, or 4 cosplays depending on how long or how many costume changes I want to do. So I don't see that happening in the future. Maybe one day at RTX.
Which we will discuss at the end of this. But that was also a great segue to our second topic, which is pricing out a con. Because most cons are either 3 days, or some are 4 days. I know for a solid fact that Dragon Con and RTX are 4-day cons. And if you want to go all 4 days, you better price out and plan ahead, because, unexpected things can happen.
Yes. And it is one of those things that you have to figure out. Am I going for every single day of con? Am I only going for 2 days of con? Am I only going for 1 day of con? You also have to figure out, if you live close enough to con, am I just driving to con? If I'm cosplaying, I'm normally going to stay in a hotel room. If I'm staying in a hotel room, how much is that going to cost me? Who am I sharing it with? And if I'm sharing it with people, how much is that going to cost all of us? The other unknown expenses at con are food. Don't eat in the convention hall.
It's not worth it.
At all possible, bring your own food to the convention. I brought goldfish, I brought coffee, I brought protein bars this year. There's a Quizno, like, right up the street that we always go to.
I brought my sense of self.
That's all you need. But It's always important to bring your own food. When not possible, try to split something with someone. There was a really good potato stand, like a French fry stand. You know me, I love potatoes. There was a really good French fry stand at the con that a large sharing of it could feed 3 of us. And it was expensive, but split between 3 people, not so expensive. The other thing is if you're going to a con in a city, and if you are staying in a hotel room, use Uber to go get dinner. You will be paying every single time you get in and out of the hotel parking garage on a normal basis. And if you don't want that cost to go straight towards your room cost or towards paying out of pocket, Uber is such a nice, Uber or Lyft or whatever rideshare app you have is such a nice way to get around. One, if you're not from the city, most people who use those apps are going to know the city better than you. But 2, you don't have to worry about that extra cost other than to get driven. 3, if you're old enough to drink, you don't have to worry about anyone being a DD.
I'd also say that, like, depending on your city, depending on your proximity to the con hall and, like, downtown or wherever the food area is, you could just walk. Like, yeah, I get it. You've been walking all day at con. However, if you don't feel like driving Uber there and back to your hotel, just walk. Just, I promise, it's good for you. It's cardio. You're gonna feel great, maybe, afterwards. And just, I would also say, plan out, just have a budget. Have a budget for how much you want to spend at con. Just go through a little list of, what kind of trinkets and things am I looking for at con? Am I really looking for anything in particular? Can I live without this? Because God knows, my costs at con got cut way down when I started, going to booths and, I'll only buy art or stickers that I like now. Because, 1, I don't want to become a hoarder. I really don't want to become a hoarder. Don't look around my room. That's rude. But I have enough trinkets, that I don't need other things, and I don't have anywhere to put them anymore. So, art is great, because you can put it up on your wall, especially if you get, command strips or something. You just stick it up there, and then you can just take it down without worrying about damage done to it. And that, really having an idea of what you want to get from con helps.
Helpful hint, a lot of the booths will do
deals.
Yeah, thank you. We'll do deals on Sunday, and they'll do it all throughout the weekend, but they'll do a lot on Sunday that will include your entire group. So if maybe two of you want to buy 3 prints each, they will come up with a price for you. We did a booth last year at Kansas City Comic-Con where one of us bought enough prints that every single person on our group afterwards only had to pay $10. And they were very good, very large prints. So that's a very good cost. Helpful hint for your prints. If you are like me and have no room on your wall to put prints anymore, buy an art portfolio. You can stick them in the art portfolio, and then you have all of your prints right there for you to peruse at your own time, and you don't have to worry about getting rid of some that you're like, oh, well, I've had this one up on my wall, but I want to put this new one on my wall. No, just put it in an art book.
Art student tip from your friendly neighborhood art student. Make sure you're not getting the bag portfolio that's for art students, because we have those versus the laminated binder-esque things. Also, if you can please talk to the artists. Please ask them for their inspiration, because they also want to talk to you and talk about their art and hear your hear you. I talked with enough artists at this con. They were all really, really nice. I ended up rambling about something that I'm intensely knowledgeable about to an artist that's doing a webcomic. We ended up exchanging information because she goes, I might need to call on you later to ask you about things. And it was probably one of the highlights of my con because she was so nice and so open to what I had to say, and her art was really cute. It just it was so cute.
get the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever of the artists that you really, really like.
Get their business card for the love of God.
Follow them because, one, you will be able to keep up with everything that they're doing, but two, you will be able to actually know if they're coming back to your con. I have bought from the same person 3 times each Planet Comic-Con and 1 Kansas City Comic-Con because they have come back every single year and I love their stuff so much.
Yeah, that's also going to be an important distinction that we're going to make real quick. Planet Comic-Con and Kansas City Comic-Con are 2 separate cons here in Kansas. Yes, it sounds stupid. You're probably asking yourself, Sam, Cassie, why are there 2 different Comic-Cons? We're here to tell you, folks, we just don't know.
There's actually 3 if you count NakaCon.
But that's not a comic book convention.
No,
but
it's an anime convention.
So for all you weebs out there, that's going to be next month, starting on March 16th, 2018.
And I will be there. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. And now, that's another great, amazing segue to talk about con prep.
So we've talked about pricing out the con. More importantly, though, is con prep. Yes, money is important. I understand that. But you do not want to get days before the con and realize that you have no clue what you're taking to con, how you're getting to con, what you're doing at con, and you and 3 of your best friends are freaking out because nothing is going right. So as a cosplayer, my main thing is, are all my cosplays put together? Is there anything not done that I can't do in a hotel room? I never want to work on cosplay in a hotel room, so if I can stop that, I try to stop that. But if there's something that I just can't get to, but can get done in the hotel room, that's something that I need to write out, that I need to style this wig in this hotel room.
Like ironing.
I need to iron this.
There's also one really, really neat thing at Planet Comic-Con. I cannot remember if it's in Kansas City Comic-Con, but at Planet, they have a cosplay repair station, which is really cool and really nice. I'm not sure if any other cons do it, but they got, like, massive piles of fabric. They have, like, glue. They have, like, weird little things in case you're like, oh no, this ripped. Gotta fix it.
Yes, they do have that, but you want to use that as a last case scenario. You want to have your own bobby pins, safety clips, like every hot glue, godsend. Doesn't always work, but it's a godsend.
This is also something for pockets to keep on hand if you don't, like, if for emergencies, I carried with me in case I had ibuprofen in case somebody got a headache. I had bobby pins, I had extra makeup, I had set spray. I was prepared to help my squad.
But yes, so for cosplayers, you want to write out a whole list of what you need, and you want to pack that away as soon as you can. And you want to make sure you have all of the cosplay pieces, you have all your props, you have all your makeup, you have all your contacts, you have all your wigs and wig styling stuff. You want to make sure you have that. That's a specific tidbit to cosplayers, to potential cosplayers, to people who want to do cosplay. Make sure you are organized in that way.
Yeah, if you're also just going as, like, a plainclothes guest, just make sure that you have, like, a water bottle if your con will let you bring in a water bottle. Make sure you have snacks, and make sure that you're wearing comfortable shoes. That's honestly what you need as a guest. And then money. Make sure you have cash, because with cards, yes, a lot of booths now take cards, but they will charge you a processing fee. It's usually like a couple of cents to like maybe $1, depending on like the tax in the area and how much you're spending. But like if you're just doing straight cash, they will, like, you don't have an extra fee sometimes. So like if you're planning to go to a con, please bring cash.
Yes.
Because ATM fees are also a very real thing, and you don't want to run into that. That makes everybody sad.
That does make everybody sad. And same thing with the budgeting we were talking about before. Make sure you pull out enough money that you budget for. Anything later, that will actually stop you, because you'll go, oh, I spent all my money. I don't want to pull things out of the ATM. Guess I'm not buying anything else. And then you only pull money out for emergencies after that.
Yeah, Yeah, I also want to say real quick for lovely cosplayers out there, because I know I do it sometimes, and then I run out of time, and I know Cassie does it, like at con, and it's called ugh, I can't talk. It's called cosplay lineup for next year.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
do that the minute your cosplay lineup is done for the con you're not even at yet.
That's really true.
Which we're gonna talk about in a bit, because con prep can like start anywhere from the con you're at presently to next year. Because like if you're doing cosplay, you want to have that lineup and like that like kind of goal almost instantly, so that you can work on what you need to and not do the con crunch.
You'll always do the con crunch. Let's not lie. The
Even-
other thing you want to do for con prep that a lot of people, it's on the back burner, but figure out what panels you want to go to, what celebrities you want to meet, when those photo ops times are, when the panel times are, where the booths that you know you want to go to are located. If you don't, if it's a big con, you will find it so much harder to try to get to do everything that you want to do that year. I know I didn't get to do everything I wanted to at Comic-Con. A lot of because I was in cosplay and I didn't have a lot of time outside of getting pictures taken and going to meet the few celebrities that I wanted to meet. But you want to make sure you have all that. You also want to make sure you talk to whoever you go to con with about what you want to do and about what they want to do, and make sure that you guys understand, like, oh, okay, at this point I'm going to be going to Making Corset 101, and you want to go meet Will Friedle. How about we meet up afterwards at the gigantic Incredible Hulk? That was a thing at Planet Comic Con.
I know, because I got confused trying to meet up with a friend, and like they were texting me, and they're like, "Come find me. I'm hiding under a table because I don't want to face paint children right now." And I go, "Okay, where are you?" And they were like, "I'm by the giant inflatable Incredible Hulk." Now there are two different Incredible Hulks at Planet Comic Con. One was inflatable by a children's station. The other one was near Celebrity Row. And I want to point out, for those who have never attended Planet Comic Con, ever, they are on opposite sides of the con floor. So I was like, where are you? Because I always pass by the giant take your picture with Incredible Hulk, no matter what visit I'm on at con. But like I don't go to the children's area because I'm not a child, nor do I have any. So I was like, oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah. So, main things, budget your money, figure out what you want to do, where you want to do, and when you want to do things. Talk to the people you're going to con with. Gather your supplies, whatever they may be. Again, we said water, food, medicine, and if you're a cosplayer, whatever you need for your cosplay. And have fun. Most importantly, I've seen so many people ruin a con by trying to make sure that everything is perfect and is in place, and you get stressed out to the point where you're not having fun anymore. I've done it before. Don't let that happen. Be prepared enough that these things can happen and they won't ruin your time, and sometimes just let things go. Just go, I'm going to do this, and I don't care what they're doing. I'm going to go have fun.
Yeah, and also, for a little tidbit for the con prep, double check to see if your con has an app that has all the events, because Planet did, and, like, it was like, hey, do you want to set a timer for this panel? We'll remind you. And I was like, nice! And with that, I got to go to the Mark Shepard panel, and that man was hilarious.
See, but also be careful with the app, because you could get times messed up. Like the time I almost didn't get a picture with Jason Momoa.
Yikes.
Real yikes. If that does happen and you do mess up a time for photo ops, do check in with the photo ops staff. I can't promise anything, and neither can they, but there is the chance that they will be able to get you in at a different time or at a later time. I know for me this year, what happened was everything was so closely packed in together that I messed up my time for Jason Momoa and thought it was my time for Ruby. I ended up still being able to get my Jason Momoa picture and then went straight after to Ruby. Was I the last person in line both times? Yes. But I still got them. So another thing is if things mess up, don't be afraid to talk to con staff. They are supposed to make sure your trip is as easy as possible, and they are supposed to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
But also treat them kindly, because yes, you paid money for everything. However, they're working very hard. So, like, just a little bit of respect and understanding goes a long way on both parties.
Always treat everyone kindly that's in a service industry. Let's be clear.
Please, God. We both work retail. We're tired.
We're very tired. So do we want to talk about con plans and cosplay plans for our next couple of
You know what?
cons?
I think we do.
Okay.
Delightful.
Oh, great. So our next con that I'm going to is NakaCon, which is in Kansas City. It's, I think, over at the Overland Park Convention Center this time. I am doing Riku in our Final Fantasy X2 group again. I have to make a few alterations to that, though, because NakaCon's costume rules are different. I'm not allowed to have a swimsuit top on. So we're going to see how I'm going to fix that. But that's one, and then we're doing a denim jacket Sailor Scout group, which is going to be super fun. But are you going to Naka? Actually, I haven't asked this.
That's actually a fun thing, because I might be going, insert like a bunch of question marks here, but that's the day Naka starts is the day I get back from New York City, which I'm just going for fun to visit, and then I might be going with a different group of people, because Cassie and I sometimes don't go to cons together. Surprise!
Let's be real, I don't know who I go to cons with anymore. It always changes.
It's just throwing, like, darts at a board that has pictures of friends on it, and then, like, that's it. That's who you're going with.
People just grab my hand and I go. That's about where we're at this point.
But the con Cassie and I are absolutely, like, we're gunning for, is we're planning on going to RTX this year in Austin, Texas.
Yes, and that is going to be a very big con for us because it is our first out-of-state convention. It's our first really big convention, and we get to drive 11 hours down to Austin, Texas, because we hate ourselves.
That's true. We're also doing a group cosplay together, because Cassie and I actually haven't done a group cosplay together.
No, we have not. I'm going to probably do at least one day of plain clothes, but I am planning out a Yang cosplay, and then we're going to do a really fun cosplay with awesome tank tops that say Swole Patrol. I'm gonna go as Yang with that as well.
I will be cosplaying as Ruby Rose from the hit show Ruby. Heyo! You can't see it, but I'm dabbing.
Oh yes. Also, Yang is from Ruby as well.
Yeah, we're also going to have a Blake, but not a Weiss. But I'll actually be making the Swirl Patrol tank tops because they're gonna be muscle tees. And then we're all gonna go as the latest season of Ruby cosplay, and we're very excited.
Yes, I am super excited. I've wanted to go to Austin for a little while just because it seems like a really cool city. And what not better way to go than to go see Rooster Teeth.
And cry. But yeah, so this is more or less the end of our first episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to update every Tuesday. So, yeah!
Yes, and let us know if you have specific topics you want us to talk about in the comments. I know right now we're just doing cons. We have a couple more planned out, but we'd always like to hear what you guys want us to talk about.
Yeah, you can find our contact information and also Cassie's cosplay Instagram in the comments below. Thanks so much for listening, guys.
Bye!